Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about API and what is API and how it is benefiting us. With that, let's get into the subject very quickly without wasting anyone's time, and I'm sure at the end of this video you will be able to know what is API and how it is benefiting and what are the ways and how many types of API. Okay, what is API? Hope you're all aware, in today's world, connectivity is an amazing thing. And by now, you know that all applications, either you're using from desktop, mobile, or any gadgets, can connect to the applications like, for an example, Facebook, Twitter, and also at the same time, we will be able to order anything, whatever we want, from the mobile applications or the other applications by sitting at home. For example, we can book the flight, we can book a dine, we can book groceries, we can book a cinema tickets, etc. and etc. and etc. So let's all think that how it happens. And the answer is it's all with the help of API, and it is the engine behind all these. When you heard about the developers who is developing the applications, you will be able to understand they use a lot of APIs to build their forms, commands, etc. Now, what these APIs are and how are they used for developing a program and what is this API exactly? In this video, I'm going to explain you all what is API with a real life scenario, and that will definitely help you to able to remember the API for a longer time and can also able to help you in easily connecting yourself to the API concepts. Let's get into this slide of the idea. Let's take a live example of library where you will be able to go to the library and order the books with the help of the front office or so-called the receptionist. So in this slide, you can able to see the requester, which is yourself, and the helper. For an example, like is the front office receptionist or the helper who can able to help you. When you go to the library, there will be front office receptionist who is going to assist you in taking the order in terms of what books, what is the author, and what is the rent you have to pay. So when you make an order, the helper takes the order and go back and check with entire library racks, authors, and he's going to bring you back the author what you want. So that's where the concept called API. You as a requester, you as a requester are sending your request. You are sending the request to the helper, and the helper in turn is going to check all the possible ways in the library and bringing you back with your request. So here for a moment, let's compare or let's assume that the helper is your API, and you don't want to get into the details like what is the size of the library and how many racks are there, whether what rack this particular segment is there. So no need to worry all about that. All you need is that you have to tell your requirement to the helper, who in this case is helping you as an API, and in turn the helper will bring you back the requested book with the author and the other details you want. So with that in the mind, what is API? So API is the application programming interface that enables two applications to inter-exchange data among each other. Like in case you want to get whatever the information you want, you can inform or you can request using an API of that particular application, and then you can get the response back from that application. And the other key role that I can tell you at this point of time that API will play in future is to connect the Internet of Things, which is an emerging market. And also the other classic examples, what I can say, which we are all using it in a day-to-day life, is the Facebook, so weather applications, and the Google Maps, and other mobile applications which we are using now. So with that, let's see like what are the types of the API. There are four types of APIs which we are using. One is SOAP, the RESTful API, JavaScript, and XML RCP. So in the coming slides, I'm going to explain, or I'm going to detail about all these 4 APIs in detail. So with an understanding of the real life scenario of the library and what is API as a concept, let's get into one more example and see the difference between the the direct interrogation with the website of the application and by using the APIs. So finally, the API is connecting the dots and to make your requirement very simple. At the end of the day, if you see the mobile applications or the applications or the other sources are all connected by a dots, and everybody from across the world can able to access the applications from their mobiles or the gadgets or using a mobile applications using the concept called API. So one more example of to show how different is that. Assume that you are booking the flight ticket and you have a desktop and you're going to use the direct airlines website www.airlines.com, and you are going to enter the website details. When you enter that, you are going to enter from where you are coming from and from what destination you want to go, what is the date of travel, and what is the class you are aspiring for. When you do that, these details will go into the flight database, and it is going to check and search for all the information what you have requested for, and it will try to give back the requested flight details, timings, and all the stuff. In case you are not satisfied with the rate of the particular ticket, then you have to enter into one more website of second airline application, and you have to do the same thing. So this takes a lot of time for you. Okay. Now, to avoid that, for example, so API is simply you taking the request from the requester and providing the response. Now, if you go into the difference, for example, you are using an application which is a flight booking applications in it, as you know, like there are so many applications now which we are using it to book the airlines, hotels, etc., etc. The same thing, it is also going to request you from where you are coming from to, date, and class. But the difference is that this flight booking application is having the APIs connected to all the airlines across the country. For example, you got 6 airlines. This application is going to interrogate by using an API with all the 6 airlines and are going to bring you back with various options, flight 1, flight 2, flight 3, and this is the rate, and this is the class, and this is how the ratings of that particular flight, etc., etc. So with that, you got an option at one shot. You are able to book, or you are able to view all the airlines of that particular destinations along with the price, reviews, etc., etc. And all this is going to happen because of the APIs, which you're going to make your job very easy. Hope by this time you will be able to connect about the APIs and how these APIs are helping us in our daily requirements. So this is how API plus app and how it's going to work. For example, the apps are connected to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and many other social network medias like LinkedIn, etc., etc. And the click of the mobile applications, you will be able to see, you will be able to get the information. So let's imagine that you are an aspiring developer, software developer, and need to design an application, and your goal of the application is to get an amount of benefit from these social networks. So your application will have to communicate to all the social media apps and to send a request in the response to access the required information. The bottom here tells like whenever you're sending the request, it is a HTTP request which you're requesting with the Facebook or any other social media or any other application, and then you're waiting it back the response. With that, the last one, how many APIs are there and which are the frequently used APIs? So there are 4 different type of APIs, and among all the 4, which are SOAP, JavaScript, XML, RCP, and RESTful APIs, which I've already informed in my previous slides. The SOAP is the Simple Object Access Protocol. These exchange data in the form of an XML file. And the JavaScript is a specialist kind of APIs, These are focused around JavaScript and are accessed during this language and are used by JavaScript and the web developers. The XML RCP used to kind of APIs. You call it making XML and it returns the XML. The last one is the RESTful APIs, which is the most commonly used communications between applications. And the protocol what we are using here is the HTTP protocol, which is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And as you know, like the HTTP is widely used on the internet as well, and many developers are already familiar with it. And since it is very widely used, I can say this is one of the reasons why all the web addresses are starting with HTTP or the HTTPS. I'm sure we are come to the end of the slide on discussing about the API, and I'm sure you grabbed a little bit of information, if not everything, but you get into the what is the API and how it works in a simple concept relating to your real life examples, and it is going to help you to remember about API for a longer time and to connect with whatever you're going to use on your applications from today. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching my video. Thank you.